the first day of October in the Shenandoah Valley. Two of the Old Dominion Athletic Conference's best will clash today as the Eagles of Bridgewater College host the 15th ranked Generals of Washington and Lee University. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Bridgewater Soccer Complex. I'm Tate Mills, and today we have a matchup that could prove critical for seeding in the ODAC tournament. That is still a ways away, of course, but when two of the conference's best go toe-to-toe, seeding and tie-breaking is always top of mind. Which one of these squads will get that key conference win today? We will find out soon, but first, let's take a quick look at the history books and the weather report. Washington and Lee leads this all-time series 7-22-3. So Bridgewater's won 7 times, lost 22, tied 3. Washington as Lee has won the last 3 meetings. It's currently 73 degrees outside, few clouds in the sky. It feels similar to 73. Winds blow at 10 mile per hour out here today. Gusts up to 15 mile per hour this afternoon. Looks like we get some players taking the field, breaking their huddles. Go through some starters first for the visiting Generals. Megan Zimmerman in number order. Megan Zimmerman, Helen Otney, Sarah Zimmerman, Sydney DeVory, Bryn Bissinger, Elizabeth Perry, Elizabeth Zimmerman, Amelia Mankey, Avery Hanna, Mary Parrish Green, and Kate McEnroe in goal. Stands at 6'1". Tough to get past her. And in for the Eagles, number order, Anna Beelan, Kendall Garza, Sophia Phillips, Brianna Curo, Catherine King, Lyric Berkeley, Laura Narby, Cassandra Villafan, Marin Harris, Sienna Smith, and in goal, Aaron Lockhart. We're about all set to go. Bridgewater's knocked off one nationally ranked team this year. See if they can do it again this time on home turf. Teams breaking the huddle now. The Generals first to assume their positions. As I mentioned, Generals come in ranked 15th. They've had good success against nationally ranked teams and against unranked teams. So we'll see if they can continue that success today. Bridgewater finishing up their pregame routine, getting some high fives in, and they're going to break their huddle very shortly. The Eagles are taking their positions now. Bridgewater will receive first possession in this one. And we are underway. Bridgewater is in white and gold. The Generals are in blue, and the Eagles launch downfield quick. Narby in pursuit, and that one will go out of bounds quick. Looks like McEnroe will have a goal kick to get this one started, so not much going in the opening possession for the Eagles. Kate McEnroe, sophomore out of Pennsylvania, has been solid all year. And this one is up in the air off the head of Catherine King. Falls on the ground, bounces once. Collected by the Generals. See if they can get a downfield push. Very important to get a score early in this one for both squads. Both of these teams play great defense, so any team that can break the scoreboard open first will be at a great advantage in this one. General still pushing now. Good offensive possession going so far. On the far side of the field, that's Zimmerman with it now. Megan, that is. Megan Zimmerman is the defending ODAC Offensive Player of the Week, so she is dangerous out there. Be sure to watch for her anytime she gets the ball, and she will center one. Good offense now. It's going to be the first shot of the game, and that's going to be high and wide. So decent offensive possession to get things started for the Generals. The Eagles was more sloppy than that. Lockhart will get a goal kick now and see where she will go. Takes a couple steps, launches it upfield, and off the head, and again off the chest of Zimmerman again. And the Generals are going to have another offensive possession now. They're applying pressure early. That's Megan Zimmerman, far side of the field. And she will make a cross to the goal. And that's going to be high, just stays in play. And that's going to be another redirect. So that got close, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Bridgewater definitely feeling more defensive pressure to start this one in the first couple minutes. Bridgewater enters today's game with a 7-2 record, 1-1 in the conference. This ball is shot up and out of bounds. The Generals enter at 6-2-1 with the 15th ranking in the nation. 2-0, undefeated in conference play. Good start for the Generals, who are still on offense, as they're going to get a cross. No one was there. They will continue to collect. That's Otney out there. Bissinger now. Ball will be redirected out of bounds. Generals still on offense. See if the Eagles can continue their successful defensive chances. Generals have been close a few times. Got one shot off and some crosses. As that ball will go out of bounds. Otney was working with it down there. Generals will retain possession. Looks the way of Zimmerman. Otney will fire into the side of the goal. So Bridgewater holds defensively again, but you got to think that they need to start applying some offensive pressure of their own. Talking about records, Bridgewater dropped their first conference game of the season Saturday, 2-1 at Virginia Wesleyan. Let up a late goal in that one after scoring the opening goal. Don't lose too many games when they do score the opening goal, but they did on Saturday. Tough opening slate for the Eagles in conference play as the Generals are working upfield now. Good pass there in the way of a General. Passes it again. Still working upfield. That's going to be a cross and high. Ball will go out of bounds off of Bridgewater. Corner kick coming for the Generals, who have been on offense pretty much for the first 5 minutes of the game. Ball is up and away, curving towards the goal. And that's going to go in. Early goal for the Generals. Wow, they will draw first blood in this one, just like they wanted to get things started. Early goal. They had been applying offensive pressure for the majority of the first 5 minutes, and they were able to get that one to go in. That's going to be Amelia Mankey. Correction. That's going to be Mary Parrish Green on that one. The assist went to Parrish Green. The goal went to Mankey. So stat correction there. Nonetheless, the Generals lead this one 1-0 early. See if they look to settle in on defense or if they look to keep applying that offensive pressure that they put on the Eagles for the first 5 minutes. Ball will go out of bounds. Washington and Lee beat Shenandoah 2-1 on Saturday. They've been ranked all year, 15th now. As they continue to work upfield, they look to get another quick one here. That's going to be a shot up towards the goal, cross rather, and that one's going to fall wide. Bridgewater will retain possession. Good defense there to disrupt that. But the Generals will retain possession. Corner kick coming, and that's going to be off the side of the goal. Ball is up in the air. Not much going offensively so far, and that's going to be another possession working for the Generals. Good pass there, good lead. Tracking towards the ball is an Eagle, and they will, due to the efforts of Kendall Garza, stop that push just temporarily, though. Nope, they're going to give the ball back to Bridgewater. See if they can get something going on the offensive side. They find themselves down 1-0 early in this one. And the ball's going to go right back to the Generals. So everything is going the way of the Generals so far. Good pass there and another good touch. Moving towards the goal, and that's not going to go the way they wanted it to, as the ball will go out of bounds. Corner kick coming to something to watch for. Both of these squads throughout the season have had more corner kicks than their opponents. Washington Lee has had 3 so far today. Obviously, Bridgewater not been on offense very much to have much of these possessions. Corner is up. Good pass there, and not able to do anything with it were the Generals. So the score will remain 1-0. 8 minutes in to this one. Washington Lee also puts up more shots per game than Bridgewater. Washington Lee averages 16 shots a game. Bridgewater 13, and it's definitely trending that way so far. All offense for the Generals so far, looking to build upon their lead. Deep shot up, and Lockhart's going to come up and collect that one. Kick is up and away from Lockhart. Narby tracking, and that's not what they had in mind for that one. Immediate turnover. Otney with it now. Working backwards, and Berkeley's going to be there to take the ball away. Now Berkeley's moving downfield. Something going for the Eagles offensively. See what they can do with it now. Running down the field is Berkeley. Berkeley still in front of her defender. Push from behind! And I don't think they're not going to give her, I don't know what they're going to call down there. Free kick coming. It's going to be a corner, so Berkeley was fouled. Looked like she might have been pushed from behind. It was awfully close to the box, so corner for Bridgewater coming. It is up. Off the head, redirect a couple times, and that one will likely go out of bounds. No, they're going to keep it in play. Beelan comes up, and now it's out of bounds off Washington Lee. Berkeley will throw this one in. Swing of momentum now. Bridgewater on offense. Berkeley will toss it in as far as she can up towards the goal. Bounces around a couple times. The General is there. Berkeley is there to collect it again. She will rip a shot, and that's going to go right to McEnroe, who makes the stop. So good possession there. Got a shot up. However, McEnroe didn't have to move an inch. The ball was up, tracking towards the sideline, and a ball will be called out of bounds. So a throw in for Bridgewater. See if they can keep this offensive possession going. This will be Phillips with it now, who will pass it away. 2 players take a tumble, and a hard shot. Beelan kicked it hard off Mary Parrish Green on that one, and now Beelan will throw it in. Ball shot up in the air. Kura fighting for it off to Phillips. Headed again. That's Berkeley in the area. Ball still being fought for. Laura Narby getting involved now. They love to get her going. Bridgewater's scoring leader. Kuro with a nice touch there, just undercut it a little bit. Up in the air now, Beelan working towards it. Holds off a defender pretty well. King now back, and Bridgewater will settle back down. So good offense now for Bridgewater, keeping the possession going. Smith was working now, cutting in between defenders. Good kick there by King, to keep that one going. And now the ball will go out of bounds. Bridgewater throwing now. It's going to be left short. And now Narby's going to work up. And they're going to be called for violation there. The Generals will get possession. So decent offensive going for Bridgewater, not able to mount towards anything. Now Bridgewater's going to take it away. Pass upfield, short, undercut. And no one able to come up with it yet. Generals now will look to settle back down, get their back line facilitating a little bit. Now good kick upfield. Good play by Villivan, and that's going to be a foul. They're going to call her for that. DeVore will have a free kick now. See what she elects to do with this one. About 15 minutes into the game, she will launch up towards the goal and swat it around. Lockhart had it, swatted it around, and a good kick to get it out of danger. Throw in now for the Generals, wastes no time. Otney trying to work on a couple of defenders, draws an extra defender, crossing towards the goal now. No one is there, and that ball will likely trickle out of bounds. Throw coming now. See if they can get out of danger here. Long way to go. And that one's not going to be in Bridgewater's possession for very long. Avery Hanna passes it off to DeVore. He will pass off to the far side of the field with Bissinger. Moving upfield now are the Generals offensively. Now putting something up, and that's Lockhart will come up and collect this one. See what she will elect to do with this one. Her last goal kick, I believe, went out of bounds, and she will put this one up in the air right to a General. Now touched by an Eagle. Villivan tracking with it now, and she will look to keep this one in bounds. And she will put it up now, and that will travel out of bounds. They're going to say it was off a General, however. Ward in the ball to Bridgewater off Berkeley's chest, working around a defender now. Good pass there to King. King will pass to the far side of the field. That's going to be Narby's area. Narby will come back to the middle of the field. Launch downfield to Curo, and that ball is probably just going to be too hard and will go out of bounds. Ball is back in play and out of bounds immediately. Bridgewater will have the throw-in opportunity now coming. Again, trailing 1-0 early in this one. Have settled in well so far after giving up that early goal. Ball's launched downfield in the air, and it will go out of bounds. Corner kick coming now for the Eagles. Could be a good way to get back in this one. Villivan will look to facilitate this corner kick. She'll take a couple steps towards it. Keeps this one pretty low at the ground. Ball bouncing in front of the goal, and just in front of it. Eagles will keep possession now. Another towards the goal, off of the head of a General, and a good defensive play there. So we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. Bridgewater sidelines happy. So another decent chance there for the Eagles, but better defense by the Generals to keep this one at a score of 1-0. Bridgewater's knocking on the door, though. Goal here would be massive for their efforts. Let's see if they can get it done. Ball is up and away. Knocked down by a General pretty quickly, and this ball will go out of bounds. Throw in now, so good corner defense displayed by the Generals. Berkeley will throw this one in, take a few steps. Launches, good throw. And another good defensive, not quite yet, for the Generals. That's going to be a deep shot, and that's going to be wide. Good hold defensively for the Generals, who lead 1-0. Goal kick now for McEnroe. She will keep this one up in the air over the head of King. No one able to collect it yet. Generals will now for the moment. Now it's going to go out of bounds. And throw in now for Bridgewater, looking to get someone open. They will look short to Kuro, right back to Villavan, draws a couple of defenders. And a violation for the Eagles, so the Generals will have the throw-in of their own. Working offensively now, draws an extra defender, ball's loose. And good play, Berkeley with it now. Quick pass off to Kuro. Kuro, oh, good move around a defender. She will look to launch downfield, and she will. And that's going to be collected and, immediately kicked back by McEnroe. Up in the air, King with it now over the head of King. King will collect it again. Now the Generals will look to settle things back down. Working upfield now is Washington and Lee. Sarah Zimmerman getting some touches now. Ball's downfield and out of bounds. That was off of the Generals, so Walker will have a goal kick. See what she actually let someone else do that. And possession will be awarded to the Generals now. See what they can do with it. Otney working upfield, and that ball will go out of bounds. Free kick now for Washington and Lee. See if they take a shot here. Just keep it short. About 20 minutes into this game, Washington and Lee leads Bridgewater 1-0. Whistle, ball is up in the air and collected on the ground now again. Hops it to herself is Lockhart, so good defense there. See what she will look to do with the ball. She will launch upfield. Good distance on that one. Right to a General. And another turnover there. Washington Lee will keep possession essentially. Green with it now. Passes it quick. That's Elizabeth Zimmerman. All three Zimmermans. Oh, and she was breaking loose and got tripped up. Elizabeth Zimmerman might have had something going there, but she was tripped up. Should be a free kick. Anyway, all three Zimmermans, Megan, Elizabeth, and Sarah, all lead the Generals in a statistical category. So great season so far for all three of them. Let's see what they like to do. This one, free kick, fairly close. This will be Sydney Devori with it. And she will look, and that's going to be high and just deflected. Good defensive play by Lockhart to deflect that one up. Not sure if that was going in. It was close nonetheless. So Bridgewater holds off that one. But they're going to get another chance because it did hit the hand of Lockhart and went up behind the goal. Ball is up in the air in front of the goal now. Up again, and that's going to be out of play. Another defensive hold. So ever since they let up that first goal in the 5th minute. They've played pretty good defense and better offense. They still find themselves trailing in this one. Lockhart will keep this one a little shorter, see if it will result in anything better, and that one will not. McEnroe now facilitating, trying to get the ball cleared, keeping the passes short now. And that's going to be an error, and good pressure by Bridgewater, and they will keep control of the ball. Berkeley will toss it in. Good toss. King with it now. Draws a bunch of defenders. When I look the way of Garza. Putting a cross in front of the goal now. Shoots! And that's going to be blocked. Sat in front of the goal there for a second. And now we're going to get a whistle. So a decent chance there for the Eagles. Ball was deflected a few times out in front of the goal. Couldn't get anything going, and they still trail 1-0. So trying to work through a few things out there on the field. All right, Bridgewater will keep possession. King's going to launch up field. No one coming away with it yet. Bridgewater at the moment has possession. Good move there. Working upfield now are the Eagles. Passes it off. Shot off and redirected. Takes over back by Bridgewater. Villavan with it now, and she might get a shot off. Maybe a cross, and that's off the head. Deflection there by a General. Passes it up and out of bounds. Berkeley will throw the ball in. Takes a couple hops, launches it up, and that one will go out of bounds. They're going to say that was off of Bridgewater, so goal kick coming now for McEnroe. See if she launches this one down the field or keeps it short and safe. Takes a few steps, and she will launch downfield. And I believe they're going to get King for pushing Zimmerman in the back. So ball will be awarded to the Generals. Ball is up and in play. Beelan comes up for the Eagles, forces a short pass. Ball is way launched now, and this one will go out of bounds. Green couldn't track to it in time. And Bridgewater's working, launching upfield. Berkeley comes up, and she might look to pass it off. She will, off the back of Zimmerman there. Berkeley with it again, and she will launch downfield again over the head of Curro, and one hops out of bounds. Generals will retain possession. And a redirect will go out of bounds off of Bridgewater. Working upfield now, good toss from the Generals. Villafan working against Green. Green will cross. No one there for the Generals yet. Redirects upfield. Narby trying to track, pushed off. And good soccer being displayed there by Elizabeth Perry. Working against Narby, passed it off. And a safe play there to keep possession alive for the Generals. Under 20 minutes remaining in the opening half. The Generals lead the Eagles 1-0. Lockhart coming up, and she will collect. Lockhart will launch. This one is higher, less distance than she's used to. A couple of redirects there. Villafan with it now off of the head of Zimmerman, who seems to cover a lot of ground out there. And the Generals working backwards now. Redirect there. Still working upfield, trying to get the ball cleared is Washington and Lee. Not able to collect that one, still working backwards. Now they're going to take a shot downfield. That's going to be Otney down there tracking, settling back is Lockhart. Otney still working around, and good defense there by Sienna Smith to disrupt that momentum, but there still will be a corner kick after all of that. Emily Burke, junior out of Arlington, Virginia, will replace Helen Otney. Otney's had a good game so far. Let's see what Emily Burke can do now. Corner is up and launched again, and that's going to be off the crossbar. And Bridgewater will hold defensively for that possession. Lockhart will launch downfield. And Kura looks to be in position, not quite. Generals will take this one back. So not much success on the goal kicks now. And to be in the right position to stall that push. Launches that one back. Ball still being worked for. Oh, and a good play by Narby there. Comes up to try to take the ball away. Ball's just sitting on the ground right now. Now it's taken up and possessed by the Generals. Working upfield now, and this one will be collected by Lockhart. Lockhart will launch upfield again. First touched by a General. That was Mankey with it, and they will keep possession again. So offensively, muscles being flexed again for the Generals. They started off like this. Bridgewater had an extended offensive possession for themselves. Now the Generals find themselves back on offense, and they're working upfield now once again. Pass there intercepted by Kuro. See what she can do with it now. Dribbles it a couple of times looking for someone to pass to. Risky pass there. Berkeley will draw an extra defender, and that won't work. Working for the Generals now, moving upfield again and having some space. Might get a shot off there or a cross at least. Deflected. Working back now for the Eagles. Box out there. Narby in great position as usual. And she will pass off to Kuro. Working upfield and calling for the ball. Deep shot up the field now, just over the head. No, Garza will settle that one back down. See what she can do. Narby flying upfield to help. She might get a shot now. Looking at Narby. Narby's going to put up a shot. And intercepted. Good defensive play. Eagles will keep possession now. Villafan with it now. Touches it off short. Berkeley with it now. Draws an extra defender and out of bounds. Sub for the Eagles. They changed their mind. No, she's in the game. Lucy Larson coming into the game for the Eagles. Throw in now. Good cross there. There is Larson immediately into the game, and that ball will go out of bounds. Lyric Berkeley came out of the game. Now some more sub. L. Turner is going to come into the game for the Eagles. And Grace Minton's in the game as well. Corner kick now coming for the Eagles. This one's put up a little deep. And Catherine King's tracking towards that one. Kept alive by the Eagles just for the moment. Generals now in possession of the ball. Working backwards now. And now working upfield are the Generals. Major momentum now going. Good defense being displayed by Bridgewater to disrupt that. Elizabeth Zimmerman will pass upfield. Decent chance now for the Eagles and a good deflection. Will settle things down for the Eagles. Corner kick now coming for the Generals. Still lead 1-0, approaching 13 minutes remaining in the opening half. They scored in the 5th minute. This ball is up and away, moving towards the goal. Lockhart out of position, but she will get back up. Working now, ball was in the air. Narberry couldn't get there in time. Now working up for the Eagles. Nobody able to get anything going yet. Now the Generals will look to settle back in on offense. That's going to be centered towards the goal. Lockhart will come up, and she will collect it, save it from going out of bounds. She will launch deep kick. Crow with the touch, working upfield now, and kicks it away. Larson was a step away. King not in position for that one now. The Generals will have another chance on offense. For the moment, some sloppy ball work now, but they will collect it nonetheless. That was Burke, who just came into the game for Washington and Lee. And this ball will be turned over and go the way of the Eagles. Free kick coming now for Bridgewater. This ball is up and away. Passed off a couple times and back in the air for the Generals about the midfield mark. Burke lost track of it. Now bounced around. Elizabeth Zimmerman in possession of the ball now, working upfield. Still with the ball, working around the defender. Puts a good move on her. We'll take a shot with the left foot, and that's going to be high and not on target. Megan Zimmerman will take a breather. And Stephanie Zataki will come on to the game to take her place. Lucy Larson with it now, puts a good move on her defender, and another one. Working upfield with the ball now, settles down a little bit and will pass it back off to King. King now upfield, and that pass was off target. Generals will collect. Zimmerman with it again. That's Elizabeth Zimmerman now. That pass was also another off-target pass by the Generals. I believe that was Havery Anna. Ball still being fought for. Passed off again now. Shot upfield and redirected. Keeping it in play offensively for the Generals. Bumped a couple times down there. This ball is up. And it will be collected by Sydney DeVore for the Generals, who puts the ball in a dangerous position. Zimmerman is there. Elizabeth, that is. This is Hannah with it now, who will look to pass back. DeVore now working upfield. Moves around a couple of defenders. Look to take a shot. That curved, actually. Good pass there. Lockhart will come out, and she will collect under 10 minutes remaining in this half now. Shot downfield. And that one was fairly well placed. Bridgewater will keep possession alive. Coming up now is Minton. Passes it off to Larson, so the couple subs connecting together. This is Kuro with it now. Passes it off to Phillips. Phillips looks the way of King. King will pass to the far side of the field in Narby. Narby puts a good move around a defender, and she will launch from deep and just wide. Goal kick now coming for McEnroe after Narby missed just wide on that shot. McEnroe steps this one off, will launch upfield. Keeps it on her side, bounces it a couple times, and that one will go immediately out of bounds. Zataki could not track that one in time. Will result in a throw-in for the Eagles. That's Elle Turner working with the ball now. Subbed into the game a couple minutes ago. Now Sophia Phillips will collect it once again. Now back to Minton. Minton now will look back. And this ball will be redirected and pinched out of bounds. Another throw-in for Bridgewater. Phillips will toss this one in. Keeps it short to Kuro. Being pushed off now. Good play there by Sataki. She will draw a couple of defenders. King now will not be able to collect this one. Hannah working upfield with it now. Good defense there to take it away. And we're going to get a whistle on that one, and the ball will go in the favor of Bridgewater. They've played some solid soccer since falling behind early in this one, still in need of a goal. They have 7 minutes left in this half to try to get one. Ball's up, downfield, collected by nobody yet. Ball still in the air, off of the head of a general, and again, and that's off an Eagle. Few headers in a row, no one able to come away with it yet. Ball's launched upfield, off the chest of Burke. King with it now, no one able. Now King's going to move upfield with it. She will look to pass and poke it out of bounds. McKenna Ray is going to come on for Mary Parrish Green. 6 minutes remaining now. See if that will just take them to halftime with that sub, or if they will try to run some more subs out there. Give their starters an extended halftime. Now shot down the field. Good defense there to make up for it from the Eagles. There will be another set for W&L. Get to that in a second. Shot downfield now for the Eagles, tracking. Ball was almost dangerous business there for the Generals. Not quite, though. They will keep their comfortable 1-0 lead, if you can say it's comfortable. They've been playing well so far with it. Working around a defender now, far side of the field. Zimmerman will pass off to Bissinger, who will launch downfield off the head of an Eagle and then off a General. Good play there to keep the ball alive and in bounds. Passes it off to Burke, and that ball will go out of bounds. I think they're going to give the ball to, they're going to say it was a foul, and a free kick now coming for the Generals. Ball is up and away, moving towards the goal. Up a couple of times. And Lockhart will come up and she will collect it. 4.5 minutes now remaining in the opening half. See if Bridgewater can get back on the offensive side of the game, or if they're going to need to settle in on defense. Try to get a halftime at 1-0. We will see. Lockhart will launch the ball up in the air. First touch by a General. Now working upfield is Burke. Nothing going on that one, and the ball will go out of bounds, and that one will be awarded to Bridgewater. Ball is back in play, passed around a couple of times, no one able to really come away with it yet. Generals look to now, still being worked around a couple of times. No one able to do anything with it yet. Generals in possession again. Now they're going to work upfield, finally getting some clarity on who's going to come away with this ball. Working around a defender now. Good move. Ball's back up in the air, deflected by Bridgewater. Off the head of a General. Kuro will have a touch. Bridgewater will look to be in possession, will launch upfield, and that's going to be off target. Moving upfield now and passing is Bissinger. Good pass there, draws the defender, now crosses. Oh, and a good defensive play. Could have saved a goal. Not done yet, though. Actually, that will be over the head. But that ball will stay on the side, and there will be a few more subs now for the Generals. Elizabeth Zimmerman and Stephanie Sataki will come out. This ball is back in play under 3 minutes remaining. See if Bridgewater can get a defensive hold and get to halftime. Not an easy task against this Washington and Lee offense. This ball will sail out of bounds. This ball will be tossed in. Washington and Lee on offense now. Nothing going yet. Now pass there to try to get out of that corner. And Bissinger will pass out to the far side of the field. About 2 minutes left in the opening half now. Good pass there to DeVore to flip the field. She see what she can do with it now. Keeps it short and now gotten out of there. Good pass there. That'll be Bridgewater working upfield with it now. This will be Larson. Larson is dragged to the ground. And Bridgewater will be awarded the ball off of that foul under 2 minutes remaining. Now see what they can get going. This will be Minton with it. With a free kick. Love to take some momentum back if you're Bridgewater. We'll see. This one is going to be up. Good positioning there. Fought for a little bit. No one able to come away with it quite yet. Still being deflected out in front of the goal there for a little bit. And Kuro will have it go off of her leg and out of bounds. Approaching 1 minute remaining in the opening half. Washington and Lee leads Bridgewater 1-0. They scored quick, but Bridgewater has settled in pretty effectively. Downfield shot now. Burke will collect it. Pass off pretty quick to Brown. Maren Brown in the game now for the Generals, who will launch downfield to the far side. And that one will go out of bounds. Bridgewater will take back over 50 seconds, see what they'd like to do. They'd like to apply some pressure to try to keep this one safe and into the half. They will turn it over, and it will go back to the way of the Generals. Approaching 30 seconds remaining. See if the Generals can get another goal here, but I think they're going to give the ball to Bridgewater off of an out of bounds call. 20 seconds remaining now. No one really able to get anything going in the last minute. Out of bounds 3 total times in the last 45 seconds. And it looks like they will just take this one down to the half. And that's what they will end up doing. So Washington Lee will lead on the road 1-0. Amelia Mankey scored in the 5th minute of the match. Bridgewater settled in since. Washington Lee has played a great defensive game, blanking the Eagles at 0 in the first 45 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We got the second half coming up 40 to 15 minutes from now. Welcome back to the Bridgewater Soccer Complex, where Washington Lee leads Bridgewater 1-0 after Amelia Mankey scored a goal in the 5th minute of the game. The Generals trying to defend their 15th rank in the nation and their perfect 2-0 ODAC record. Some stats for our opening half here. Obviously, the score is 1-0. Both teams have 6 shots. Washington and Lee leads the corner battle 6-4. Both teams have 1 save. Bridgewater has 5 fouls to Washington and Lee 3 fouls. Overall, pretty even. It seemed like the Generals had more time of possession. We'll have a check on that. That's what it seems like, however, and it looks like we're about ready to get started in the second half. Bridgewater in need of a goal. See what the game plan is for the Generals. Will they elect to settle back, set their cleats in on defense, or they're going to try to open this one up? We will see now. Bridgewater last game to break their huddle just like the first half. And we'll see how the second half goes. Bridgewater does average 2.75 goals a game. They did have 12 recently against Hollins, which inflated that a little bit. But they have been scoring the ball. They have not been shut out too often this season. They've been shut out only once so far this year. See what they have going for them here in the second half, if they can avoid a shutout or if they will be shut out again for the second time. We will see. Bridgewater took the ball away, and they will look to get this one cleared. Unable to do so yet, and now working up offensively is Megan Zimmerman, ODAC Offensive Player of the Week. Slow playing it now. Will have a good touch, good pass there, and that's going to be shot up towards the goal. Deflected now. Narby comes up, and that's going to be off target, but will be collected. And that's going to be out of bounds and a throw-in now for the Generals. Ball now working upfield off of the foot. That's a deflection. That will go to bounds. Corner kick coming now for the Generals, up and away. Pretty good placement, good defense there by the Eagles to get that one out of there, and that one will go out of bounds. Throw in now again for the Generals. Elizabeth Perry with the throw in now, dumps it off short to Otney. Taken by Bridgewater and kicked out of bounds. Generals will keep in possession. Perry with it now. Tosses it in, keeps it short again. That's Megan Zimmerman there with it. Passes to Otney. Over to Perry. Garza with it off to Narby. Narby taken to the ground. They've done a good job of limiting Laura Narby in this one. Bridgewater's one of Bridgewater's best offensive players. They've done a good job containing her. She did rip a downfield shot, not able to connect with it though. See if she can break out or if the Generals will continue to limit her opportunities in this one. Generals on offense now working for a clear. The ball will roll out of bounds. Throw in now for Bridgewater. Fighting for the ball, and that's going to be a whistle, and they're going to give the ball to the Generals. Free kick now off of a foul from the Eagles. This ball is up in front of the box there. That will be Elizabeth Zimmerman working with the ball now and immediately deflected out of bounds. That was Garza marking Zimmerman. Ball is back in play. This time it's Megan Zimmerman. Zimmerman working around her defender. Passes it off. Off-target pass. Villivan with it there to clean it up. And now launching downfield, off-target again. And Bridgewater will turn it over, and collecting now is Zimmerman, but that will go to bounds. And Bridgewater will be awarded the ball and a throw-in. Thrown in now. Darby working on a couple of defenders, and she will launch downfield just to try to get out of the corner. And McEnroe comes way out of the goalie box there to collect that one, and she will dump it off immediately. Working upfield now, this is Sarah Zimmerman. A couple of passes now back to Sarah. And that's going to be a turnover. And that pass is going to be too far out in front of any Eagle. McEnroe with the launch downfield off Garza. King now puts it up in the air. Kuro tracking, going to be a little too late to that one. Pulls off target a little bit. This ball will be turned over. Throw in now. Bridgewater working for possession. Nothing going yet. Berkeley made an effort for it. It's been pretty slow energy out there by both squads for the first 5 minutes of this one, it seems like. The Generals now working to get this ball cleared. McEnroe will pass it off short. And this ball will be up, passed away. Garza will get position with it now. Short touch pass there. That's too far out above Marin Harris. Working upfield now are the Generals. And again, this is Zimmerman with it. Off the deflection, and we'll have it again, deflected again. Green on the far end of the field. Passes it off to DeVore. DeVore, good move around the defender. Cutting up field now, and she will rip a shot from downfield, and that's going to be way high. Goal kick now for Lockard. He will launch this one up. First touch there by Zimmerman, and that will go to bounds. Thrown in. Garza will toss this one in. Off target to Narby. Narby tracking, not able to get it in front of this one, and the ball will be turned over. Working upfield, and that's going to be a whistle to the Bridgewater sidelines liking, and they will take back over. Ball is back in play. Sienna Smith will get things started on this possession. Nothing going yet on that one for the Eagles. Ball remains in the air. That's Otney with it now. We'll pass back, and then we'll look upfield. And Harris will launch it up to stall the momentum. No one able to come away with this one yet. Otney fighting down there for the ball, and that one will go to bounds. Another foul down there. Free kick coming. Throw in. Rather, that was Bridgewater in possession of it now. Draws the defender, works around the defender. And now upfield. Nothing going on that possession for the Eagles. As I've said earlier, both squads not playing with too much energy, it seems like, in this opening half. Sorry, in the second half. No one's able to get anything going. Possessions aren't too long. Downfield shot now. And good play by Harris. Harris making some impacts in the game now. I don't think her name was mentioned too much in the opening half. Getting some touches now. That pass was undercut from Narby. Narby tries to run to take back over. Narby now working towards the ball again. Passes it back off. Good touch there. Narby looking to get going. You can tell she's anxious out there. King has it now in a box of defenders. Passes it off to the far end and undercut and out of bounds. Throw in now from Bridgewater. Ball being fought for. Good play by Berkeley to take that one away. Now it's going to be too far out in front of her. Generals trying to get this ball cleared. They're working backwards now. Now lateral. Now moving upfield. Good find there. That's Grace Minton applying some pressure defensively. Now working upfield are the Generals. This is Helen Otney working upfield. Good pass to Havriana, and that one will be deflected and caught by Lockard. So for the first time, it seems like all second half, some momentum was gained, but was quickly shut down by Lockard, and she will kick it up field. Garza with it now, and she will quickly try to work around a couple of defenders and will pass backwards. That's Harris again. She has Narby up to her left. She will look that way, but it will be deflected before it gets to Narby. And Garza will pass it off and throw it in. Berkeley will have the throw-in opportunity now. Garza took off running. That's the way she will look. Maybe to Narby, though. Narby tries to get around a defender. Good defensive play to contain Narby there. Narby with a flash of speed, but was relatively shut down. Now upfield is Otney once again. Pass those off to Zimmerman. Zimmerman makes a 70-degree cut, and she will pass it off to her sister, who will pass up, shoot up, and that one will be high. Lockhart will launch downfield. Oh, big deflection there off of the head of her general. Now upfield is Elizabeth Zimmerman, and that ball will be deflected out of bounds. So you can see some energy now being displayed by the Generals, some pressure being applied defensively for the Eagles now. Kick up. Narby is there to collect it. Narby, oh, good move around a defender. Wow. Oh, but she couldn't finish it off. The ball will go out of bounds. Narby tracking back towards the ball, disrupts, and that one will go out of bounds. Narby's trying to get her team energized. You can tell she's playing with some energy. This ball is going to be shot up, and that will be out of bounds, off target, intended for Megan Zimmerman. Goal kick now incoming. Lockhart will launch. Berkeley tries to be in pursuit, and that one will go over her head. Bissinger passes it off. Devori with it now, and she will look upfield. Collected now. Now running free, and passes it off. Good defense there. Zimmerman with it. Still trying to work around. Deflected again. Wall of Eagles. She ran into, no one able to come away with it now. Generals there, that's Otney with it. Good pass there. Slide not able to be executed by Garza. Centered now. Another good deflection by Bridgewater. Now gotten out of there. Back up field. Generals will look to collect, and they will settle things down for the moment. Sarah Zimmerman now looks to settle things down to kicks, and that's redirected immediately out of bounds. So flash of momentum there being displayed, but good defense. Right place, right time for many different Eagles on that one on the defensive side. See if they can get a clear and an offensive push of their own. Not have had too many offensive opportunities of quality in the opening 15, 14 minutes of the second half. Maybe this one will be different. Berkeley launches upfield, and the ball will go out of bounds. Bridgewater will keep possession. Throws in now, right to a general, and out of bounds. Tosses it in, now working upfield. Ball will go out of bounds. Ball being kicked around on the back line. Now for the Generals, trying to get a clear and some offensive momentum going. They've had some displays of offensive success here in the second half. Nothing real promising. That obviously can change at any minute. Narby working now, pushes it, taps it out of bounds, and will reset defensively now for the Eagles. Zimmerman will have it. Narby comes up to mark, and that ball will be pushed away from them. Off target for Zimmerman now. King will pass it off. Eagles working upfield now. Look the way of Berkeley, who was cutting. Berkeley was too far out in front of that one, and that's going to be a turnover by the Eagles. Generals will take over possession and maybe turned over again, and it will be. King with a good stop move to keep control of that ball. Now working upfield are the Eagles. Another good move. Maybe pushed off again, and out of bounds. Throw in incoming for the Eagles. Launching towards the goal, up in front, and that one will roll on out of bounds. And change the possession now. Sub now for the Generals. Emily Burke will be in, and Mary Green will come on out. Burke played a good bit of the finishing minutes of the opening half. She is back in. Good rotational player when needed. And against a Bridgewater team like this, never hurts to have some extra players. Let's see what they can get going now. Throw in now for the Generals. Redirected off Bridgewater and out of bounds off one touch. We'll come up a little bit and try it again. A little deeper throw this time. Minton there on the mark. Gets around her, though, still working. Minton, well, good defense there and good job staying with the play. Larkard will pass maybe into some trouble. Oh, good, another good move to get around. And out of bounds. That will be off Zimmerman, I believe, on the far side of the field. Oh, and a good move by Villavan there. You got Narby to her left. If they can find her, she will. One defender to beat for Narby. Oh, they're going to call the offsides. Narby can't believe it. Bridgewater might have had something going there. Narby had one defender to get around. With her ability, it was certainly possible. However, the referees shut that one down before it got going. Off the head of Garza now. Garza will look the way of Narby. Narby checks up field. And good job there getting rid of the ball. Garza with it now. She will work upfield. One defender to beat. Draws another one now. Pass off target. No one's there. Ball is launched way up in the air. Garza's tracking forward again. Garza on Zimmerman. Megan Zimmerman, that is. Zimmerman still with it, and she will look backwards. what a big pinch there. Back into the game. King with it now. Will pass. That's going to be short to try to get it something going there. Generals working back upfield, looking to get this one cleared. Draws a defender. Looks like they're both holding each other. No calls. They will play on. Generals keep possession. Now they will cross that midfield mark. Marked well is Burke, and the ball's out of bounds. Ball's now back in play. Generals will have possession. Just for a second, that is. Bridgewater will immediately take it away. Now taken back by the Generals, who are well on the offensive side of their field. Zimmerman now will rip a shot and deflect it immediately. Back in possession now, and that shot will be redirected a couple times, pinched high into the air and out of bounds. Corner kick now for the Generals, looking to extend their lead and potentially, nope, that's actually going to be out of bounds. So not sure what they ruled there, but nonetheless, Bridgewater will take control of the ball. Stephanie Satowski now in for Elizabeth Zimmerman. For the Generals, the ball's in the air. Garza missed, I think, might have caught her a little bit. Garza's now back in position to collect it. She will not. Zimmerman's there instead. For the Generals, now working offensively, back to Zimmerman. Zimmerman's long strides makes it difficult. Shots up and out of bounds. So as I was saying, Zimmerman, long strider, covers a lot of ground. It's hard to beat her on defense. Part of the reason why she scores so many goals, leading goal scorer for her squad. Working at field now are the Generals. Good pass there. Keep the ball in play. That's Burke with it now. Out of bounds, redirected immediately. Generals will keep possession. That was Perry who looked to throw it in. Holstered and now will throw it in. Shot or deflection will be up. No one able to come away with it yet. That's Zimmerman with it now again on the far side. Shot up and high. Generals definitely applying some offensive pressure on Bridgewater's defense, who needs to get this turned. They want to get the game-tying goal in this one. Goal kick is up, bounced around a couple of times. No one's able to come away with it yet. Berkeley with it now, poked away from her. Villavan is there. Garza sprinting downfield. Couldn't find her. Now passed off short to Berkeley. Berkeley's drawn and tripped up, and that's a foul. Amelia Mankey called for that one, and Berkeley is down. She did take a pretty hard fall. She gets up. Appears to be all right. Caught her breath there for a second. Official is talking to head coach Tiffany Pins. Down there, Pins upset with the call for a reason, trying to plead her case, not going to get it. Pins in her 4th season at Washington and Lee. Has never lost to Bridgewater since she has been there in that position. All right, Berkeley appears to be all right, and she have a free kick fairly close to the goal. Takes a couple steps, looks to shoot, and that one will be collected, no problem, by McEnroe. So that was an opportunity there. Berkeley decided to keep it lower towards the ground. McEnroe had no trouble with it, and the score remains 1-0. Ball's way up in the air now. No one able to track it. Headed backwards. Go. Good play there by Otney. Ball still up in the air. Good play again. Some good ball control being displayed by the Generals now. It's crucial to be able to do when you're a nationally ranked squad. Now working upfield is Otney again. And she will get a little sloppy with that one, and Bridgewater will be awarded the ball. Goal kick now.
6 out, 4 in. 6 out, 30 in.
Hannah England in the game now for Bridgewater, and immediately will get involved with the touch. And Megan Zimmerman is also out of the game. Taking her place is McKenna Ray. See how long they keep Megan Zimmerman.
7 out, 20 in.
And Elizabeth Zimmerman is back in the game. Helen Otney will come on out. Ball's back in now. Control of the Eagles just for a second. Had it taken away was Villavan. Berkeley tracking towards the ball now. Good play there to keep her guessing. Working the far end of the field now are the Generals. Approaching 20 minutes remaining in the match. This is Perry with it and off of Hannah England. Oh, good defense there displayed by Marin Harris. Passes it off, and Berkeley was drawn to the ground, no call. Moving upfield now and taken away. Good play by King. King dances upfield. Will look shot downfield to Narby. Narby tracking. Narby will collect. Tries to get around a defender, and she will, and redirected off of Washington and Lee. And a corner kick now for Bridgewater. Narby desperately trying to turn the tide for her Eagles. And Narby is going to get a breather. After that, Lucy Larson will take her place. Corner kick now incoming for the Eagles. See what they can make of this one. Ball is going to be up. Well placed in front of the goal, and good defense there to get that ball out of danger. Pass back out. Marion Harris puts it up and falls right in front of McEnroe, and she will collect. So good hold defensively there from Washington and Lee. Keeps the score at 1-0, bounces once. And Bridgewater will look to collect. That is Smith with it with a 360 spin around move. That was crafty. Back to Smith. Upfield and out of bounds. Helen Otney back in the game, as well as Mary Green. Emily Burke coming out, as well as Stephanie Satowski. So quick breather for those players. They've played most of the game. See if they're in for the last 17 minutes, 30 seconds of this one. Score remains 1-0. Still in reach. Washington only looking to deliver the dagger. Working downfield now is Zimmerman. Zimmerman will pass off, and the ball will roll into the hands of Lockard. This ball is up in the direction of Berkeley, off of her chest. And Bridgewater will keep possession, at least for the time being. Working upfield now and redirected a couple times. Still running now. Passing good, offensive work. And just poked away. Better defensive work there by the Generals. Now comes up. That's Marin Harris. Harris working upfield now. Passes it off. Cuts inside. Crosses it. Cross field. That's going to be Larson. Puts up a shot, and that's wide. McEnroe launches, and this one will be off of King. And there she comes back into the game. Megan Zimmerman will trot back onto the field for McKenna Ray. See if Zimmerman will be in for the remainder 15 minutes. In this one, you would sure think so, but you never know. Elizabeth Zimmerman passes to her sister. And she will pass to the other Zimmerman sister. So Elizabeth Sarah to Megan. Working on offense now are the Generals. Back to Zimmerman to Zimmerman. And the ball will roll out of bounds. Berkeley will launch it high up in the air, and the officials will put a stop to that. Under 15 minutes remaining in the match now. One goal has been scored, and that was in the early minutes of the match. Amelia Mankey found the back of the net, and no goals have been scored since. Only a few good looks, really, since then. Bridgewater trying to get a clear and a goal. Time is ticking away from them now. And as every minute passes, the thought of one more goal for the Generals seems even more costly. Off-target pass there will result in a turnover. Mary Green working upfield with it now. Draws a defender in England, puts the ball up towards the goal, and collected by the sure-handed Erin Lockard. True freshman. And she will try to launch the ball downfield to get something going offensively for her squad. Upfield, off the head, and a whistle. Foul called, general ball. This ball is up. Harris is there to touch it first, and she will launch it out of bounds to reset. Good touch there by Zimmerman to keep the ball. Another one by Harris, keeps the ball up and in play. Fought for now. Now cross field. That's DeVore with it, marked by Larson. Still working offensively are the Generals. Not much happening on the far end of the field. Still trying to facilitate. Now they're going to get a center. In good position now is Zimmerman. And that's going to be a whistle. I think they're going to get off sides. Lockhart will launch downfield. Hannah England is there. Good pass off. That's going to be King with it now. Working upfield is King. Draws an extra defender. Now will pass it off. Too far off target. And that's going to be a turnover. Ball is now back in play. Good play by Hannah England. Keep possession of the ball for the Eagles. Smith with it now will pass upfield. That will be Garza. Garza will also pass upfield. That's the way of Berkeley. Redirected by a General coming up now. And Otney is there working against Minton. And the Eagles will collect it now working backwards. And Marin Harris will take control of it now. And she will pass in the middle of the field. Risky pass there to Villavan. Almost had it taken away. King has it now. And that ball will be launched up by the Eagles. Headed backwards now. Running downfield is Garza. Had a decent look, and that went out of bounds. Got some subs coming in back now for the Eagles. Laura Narby and Sophia Phillips back onto the field for the final 10 minutes of the match. Bridgewater in need of a goal, but they are in the middle of a corner kick opportunity. Wasting no time, ball is passed off short. That did not work out the way they intended it to. And the Generals will look to take back possession now. They will have it go the other way. Bridgewater working now, passes it off, and that's Narby who not able to collect that one. And the Generals will take back control and taken to the ground was Sophia Phillips and Mary Green. Possession awarded to the Generals. Looks like they were kind of bringing each other down. Bryn Bissinger will look to get things back going for the Generals. You got to think at this point, another goal would be devastating to let up for the Eagles. So all systems go. Try to prevent that from happening, and they still are in need of a goal. 9 minutes remaining. Launching upfield now. Oh, good pass. That was well placed for Avery Hanna, and that ball will go out of bounds. Ball is back in play, thrown in by Perry. Otney with it. And that one will go out of bounds as well. Perry with the throw-in incoming. And that's going to be a penalty and a turnover for the Generals. Free kick now incoming for the Eagles. Ball is up and away. Off of a General first, that was Mankey. And possession will go back the way of the Generals. Eagles need a quick stop, clear, and a score. Time is running out, under 8 minutes remaining in this match. Bridgewater has played, both the squads have played well most of the game. Bridgewater got off to a slow start. The first 5 minutes were all Generals. It looked like Bridgewater was struggling to find their footing there. back on defense in the first parts of this one, and it proved costly for them as they fell behind 1-0. Quick ever since then, they have settled in defensively and have had a few offensive possessions that look like they could have been successful, but not much going. And Washington and Lee kind of in the same boat, working offensively now. They haven't had too much going since their opening goal, but have been pretty solid on defense to make up for that. And that's what we were talking about earlier, is that first goal was crucial, as Washington and Lee is very efficient on defense. Corner kick now. Ball's up. That's going to be shot and in! The Generals capitalize on the corner and potentially deliver the dagger, taking a 2-0 lead here with 7 minutes remaining in the match. Helen Otney will be credited with the goal. Narby with it now. And that ball will be taken away from her. And she's running after it, and that one will be deflected and out of bounds. So you would think Washington and Lee would be content with just settling in on defense, but we'll see if they want to make sure this one can't get away from them with the third goal. And they're coming up on a good read there, working downfield now are the Generals. Otney is there and taken away temporarily. She's back with it now. Zimmerman with it now, kind of dancing around with it, passes it off, and again, upfield deflected. Passed off. That's Phillips with it now. Narby calling forward a little bit. Phillips still working upfield. Around a couple of defenders. Under 6 minutes to go now. And that's going to be a whistle. Free kick now for the Generals. And the ball will go out of bounds as we approach 5 minutes remaining. Bridgewater trails 15th ranked Washington and Lee 2-0. Ball's in play upfield. Passed around, no one able to get any real footing on this possession. Still up in the air, and again, passed around. Phillips tripped up there for a second. Now she's going to look behind her. And now cutting upfield. And passed off to Berkeley. Berkeley around a defender. And around another one. Good footwork there. She's going to get a shot up. Ball's in front of the goal. And Narby put it into the net, but I think she's going to be called for a foul. Can't believe it. And I think that's going to be offside. This is what they're going to get her for. Could have gotten back into the game. Narby just a little too quick to the ball. Score will remain 2-0 as we're under 4 minutes remaining now. Ball's up. Catherine King with it now. Passes it off to Harris. Narby coming up and not in time. Ball will go the way of the Generals. Sub coming in now. Mankey is coming off. Satowski is coming in.
Ball's back in play. Hannah lost her footing on that one. The ball went out of bounds. Throw in now. And Villavan in trouble there. Somehow gets out of it. Wow, good play there. Passes it off. And that's too far out in front of Narby. As we're at 3 minutes remaining now. Narby's going to be carded. And this ball will be back in play under 3 minutes remaining now. Off the foot of King in the direction of Narby. Narby tries to get around a defender, draws an extra one, in some trouble. Good speed to get out of it. Crosses, and no one's there. Put up. Eagles will reset offensively, running out of time. Coming up now, and that one will be deflected and will be pinched out of bounds. So 2 minutes remaining in this one. Generals do lead 2-0. No trouble there for McEnroe. We will look ahead. Bridgewater will host Roanoke here at home Saturday at 1 p.m. And on the other side, as this ball was bounced around a couple of times and rolls out of bounds. The Generals will travel to Guilford, also on Saturday at 2 to continue their season. Looks to get out of this one undefeated in conference play. Working at field are the Eagles as we approach 1 minute remaining. As Berkeley just dribbled into too much trouble there, had it taken away. This ball was up, off the head of Harris, settle things down. 50 seconds remaining, 2-0 remains the score. This ball is up and out of bounds again. Bridgewater's only other time this season being shut out is when they also lost 2-0 at Dickinson up in Pennsylvania. That was in early September. They will be shut out in this one, also falling 2-0. And they will fall to 7-3 on the season, 1-2 wins conference play. I mentioned this earlier. They had a tough opening slate. They did have Hollins, which they took care of, but then traveling to Virginia Wesleyan in a weird game that was delayed. And then now they will take on Washington Lee, of course, after Virginia Wesleyan, which they dropped, and then they will take on Roanoke and then Shenandoah. So a chance to get back in maybe some winning ways there. Still have a very good squad, confident for the Eagles, and Washington Lee is on their way to a good start to the season, ranked 15th in the year, in the nation, and they will continue on their conference play as the year goes on. So take you guys through some final stats. 2-0 was the final score, 14 shots to 10 shots. How that compares to season averages throughout the game. Bridgewater had 13 shots going into the game. W&L had 16. So kind of similar, a little less, more defensive play. Washington Lee led 9 corners to 7. Bridgewater had 9 fouls to 5. And now for some leaders, Megan Zimmerman, as well as her sister Elizabeth, had 3 shots. Lyric Berkeley had 5 for Bridgewater for the game leader. 3 of those were on goal. Also, game leader. Not a lot of offensive stats for either side. Final score is 2-0. I'm Tate Mills, and have a great rest of your night.